As reptile keepers, we all need stuff just to take care of our animals, good maintenance. But these are 5 things that you cannot not have. I'm Asher. This is Thor. This just turned into a Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles video. All reptile keepers need stuff to help with their animals, to do whatever. You just need stuff. But here are 5 things that you must have if you keep reptiles. I should say that these are 5 things that you must have if you have a big collection, sort of like I do. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Number 5, automatic or pump misters. These are the things that pretty much all people who keep tropical reptiles need, because most people when they first get reptiles, especially if they're tropical, they just use one of those pump misters. Those are absolutely awful. I started like that, and I am so happy that I have different equipment now, because I just won't be able to manage with a pump mister with all these tropical enclosures. I keep pretty much solely tropical animals with a few, actually just 2 species of arid animals, and you need a actual, either an automatic mister like a misting system or a pump mister. Right here I have this huge, I think it's like a 2-gallon pump. It is the best thing for spraying. It is amazing. I don't know how I did it like without this. It is awesome. Yeah, just get something like this if you want to still manually mist your animals. Get something like this. But if you're okay with, if you don't like manually misting, just get a misting system. It's so much easier. You don't do any work with the misting. All you do is refill and change nozzles if they need to be changed. But anyway, on to the next point. From my personal opinion, 2 does not come right after 5. So ignore the 2. 2, all reptile keepers need a temp gun. I cannot stress this enough. The ones that you find at Petco, the thermostats and hygrometers that stick onto the wall, those are awful. Those are so inaccurate. Just don't use them. And even the ones with the probes, they're really good, they're accurate, but it's just, they have to sit in the basking spot for a long time, and it's just hard for them to work. So the best thing to use is a temp gun, because you can just take the temp gun and pretty much read anywhere. So if you want to know what the basking spot is for your bearded dragon right now, you can just take the dump gun, put it where your light is pointing down, and then you could read the basking spot. It's so much easier. I can't recommend this enough. I still do think you should have those, the ones with the probes just in the tank, just monitoring, just so you don't have to constantly go in there, so you can just quickly check. But when you're trying to find basking spots and temperatures right now, a temp gun is the best. They're super cheap on Amazon. I cannot recommend them enough. I got one, I think 2-3 years ago, and it's the best. So definitely get those. Those are a must for all reptile keepers. Number 3, enclosures, extra enclosures, and extra decor. We've all been to Reptile Expo. You've seen an animal, and you've never seen that animal before, but you know how to take care of it, and you want to buy it. Well, the best thing to do is to have an extra enclosure ready so you can quickly set that animal up. That's the easiest thing to do, extra enclosure, extra decor. So if you go buy an animal, or animals come into your care quick, then this is the best thing to have. Even if it's small enclosures, like a bunch of 12 by 12 by 18s, a lot of species of lizard, like medium to small sized lizards, can live in that for quite a while. Like an emerald tree skink, for instance, can live in that for, this never should be their forever home, but they can live in that for a little while until you get a bigger enclosure. So yeah, just have extra decor and extra enclosures, especially if you have a big collection, because something might breed and you might need to separate the babies and such. So That's what I would do. Number 2, one of the most important, maybe it's not the most important, but definitely a very important thing that you need if you keep a big collection is a schedule. And schedules are amazing because you can see when you need to feed certain animals and such. Something you can use is Husbandry Pro. They don't pay me to say that, unfortunately. But hey, if you want to pay me to say it, I'll say it. But Husbandry Pro, they look like a good website to use and a good app to use. But what you can also do is if you have a Apple phone, you can go into the calendar and you can put in there, feed my animal this day, and then they say, okay, when do you want to set it again? You could say every 3 days set it. So for like emerald tree skinks, every 3 days I have that. For my milk frogs, every 3 days. And I use that, and it also gives me alarms when to do it too if you put that setting on there. So it's much easier, it's free if you have an Apple phone. So I would use that, but all reptile keepers need a schedule, so make sure you have a schedule. Number 1, a super important thing that you should have if you keep reptiles, especially if you have kids or younger siblings, reptile locks. As you can see, all my enclosures now have these locks because certain members of my family, aka my 3-year-old or 2-year-old sister, would go and open enclosures. We only had one escape. We got him back in the enclosure. He's doing perfect. It was Venom, the black tree skink. She's doing awesome. But anyway, it's really important. Plus, sometimes we're clumsy and we just forget to lock the tank. So if we have 2 locks, it's kind of 2 barriers. And I know that the enclosures, like if this lock is down, the enclosures kind of do open a little bit, but it's not really enough for like a big animal to get out of, and a small animal is not going to be able to push it enough. So definitely locks is such an important thing because we get clumsy sometimes when we forget to lock it, especially if you have emerald tree skinks who are constantly jumping into the glass, and they can just push this right open. It is so important to have locks on there, because if you have the lock on there, it's just gonna make it so much easier. And another thing, do not get these Exoterra locks. You can get, I think it's like a 5-pack on Amazon of these. They look exactly the same to Exoterra. They work just as well as Exoterra. Do not get the Exoterra ones you buy at a pet store. Get these ones instead. There's like a 5-pack for $11, and I think one of these is like $6. So if you know money and you know, trying to save money, do these. They're a lot better. And then if you're those weird have to be name brand stuff, then spend more money on a product that you could get for a lot cheaper. Anyway, those are my 5 things that all reptile keepers must need. What did I miss? What do you think I should put into another list? Should I do a part 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.